You know, the program that you just saw, those are our teens in our local arts program, and there were 15 I counted on the stage, and they started Monday with their summer trial, which is pretty remarkable when you look at that, because there are fellow teens who couldn't be here. There's 40 in the program, and there wasn't room on the stage for all of them. So it's a great summer job for these young people, creating the arts, learning technology, and all of the things that we have for them. So I'm always grateful for what they bring to us when they work. Teens from all across the city are faced with challenges every day that many of us cannot imagine, especially during the hours of 3 and 7 in the school year, and of course in the summer. It's a critical time frame for teens who are often part of single-parent families or homes where both parents work, and often long hours. And this, of course, creates complicated challenges for families and schools alike. Often teens don't go looking for trouble, but instead, trouble finds them. And that is why, in the summer of 1991, Chicago Cultural Affairs Commissioner and my dear friend, Lois Weisberg, and I started the Gallery 37 Summer Arts Program. It was an opportunity for Chicago teens to achieve success through the creative arts. As a mother of teenagers at the time, I was concerned about the lack of out-of-school activities for that age group. They needed something to provide safe and productive opportunities for them. And what we started with 220 teens that summer on an unused lot on Block 37 grew into what is now called After School Matters, where in the year 2000, content areas were expanded beyond the Gallery 37 to include programs in sports, technology, communications, and most recently, science, providing teens with the skills they need to help prepare them for their future careers. Today, After School Matters offers a network of after-school opportunities, including apprenticeships and internships that give teens a chance to explore their interests in hands-on, project-based activities, alongside peers and adult mentors, and it broadens their understanding of career possibilities. After School Matters programs are free for Chicago teens, and we provide more than 1,000 paid jobs each year for talented adults who include independent partners, instructors, and of course, community organizations. After School Matter partners, of course, bang, sorry. That's okay, we'll just leave them there. With over 100 community-based organizations across Chicago to provide these high-quality programs for teens. And we do it right in their neighborhood. This partnership benefits other nonprofits like us who share this mission and this goal of providing high-quality programs to Chicago teens. And in turn, the community organizations help After School Matters reach teens in Chicago's highest need communities. This year, After School Matters provided more than 25,000 opportunities for teens in unique and diverse programs in 5 content areas. Gallery 37, which was our flagship content area, offers teens opportunities in visual, culinary, performing arts. Programs range from dance, jazz band, opera, cooking, painting, and mosaic design. Science 37 programs give teens hands-on experience in lab science, environmental science, engineering, and math. Sports 37 programs focus on athletics and health and fitness while training teens to work as lifeguards, coaches, officials, and recreation leaders in the summer in our parks. Tech 37 programs offer teens opportunities in robotics, web development, video production, and software development. Words 37 program allows teens to explore creative writing, poetry, public speaking, as you heard this morning, and journalism. If you spoke with them earlier, or have been looking at the images projected behind me, I'm sure you can tell that our teens have a lot of fun in their after-school matter programs. But while being fun and engaging, our programs all have a work readiness focus, teaching hard skills, those skills needed to excel in things like sketching a still life or knowing when wires to connect to make a computer come to life, as well as soft skills, those abilities that really allow people to excel in the workforce. These include time management, collaboration, and communication skills, and working with the supervisor, as well as taking time during the programs on key job preparation items like resumes and interview skills. Teens who join our core model program, the apprenticeship, receives stipends as a financial incentive and to demonstrate the accountability that comes with a job opportunity. Another way to mirror a workplace environment in our programs. The internship program model allows teens to refine their critical workplace skills and utilize these professional skills in a government or nonprofit setting. Data has shown that after-school matters works. A study by the Chairperson Center for Children at the University of Chicago found that teens in after-school matter programs have better attendance, higher graduation rates, and fewer course failures than teens who did not participate. Further, students who participate in extracurricular activities like after-school matters are 6 times likely less to drop out of school, 2 times less likely to be arrested, and 75% less likely to smoke or use drugs. After-school matters achieves its missions by maximizing existing city and community resources. We don't build anything new. We partner, of course, with our citywide agencies, the City of Chicago. Chicago, of course, the schools, the Chicago Public Schools, the Chicago Park District, the Chicago Public Library, the Chicago Department of Family and Support Services, and the Chicago Department of Cultural Affairs. All of them help us. They put their shoulder to the stone as we try to create these programs. But we also solidify partnerships with more than 100 organizations throughout the city, such as the Art Institute of Chicago, the Second City, a number of YMCAs across Chicago, Columbia College, the National Museum of Mexican Art, the Joffrey Ballet Chicago, and more community-based organizations such as the Center on Halsted, Boys and Girls Clubs, Jane Addams Hall House, and El Valor, among others. Working closely with these groups allows us to most effectively mobilize investment in teens. It is through not only these partnerships, but also with the tremendous support of our corporate sponsors that After School Matters is able to provide dynamic and unique programming to Chicago teens in a safe educational environment. For instance, during this past school year, donors such as the Bank of America, Abbott, and Robo made programs in financial literacy, science, and technology possible. And over the past year, Bank of America and United Airlines sponsored projects for the Gallery 37 Arts Program. If you've driven on the Kennedy Expressway in the past few months, you've seen the Bank of America's mural wall adorned with a commissioned painting designed by one of our teens in the painting program. If you traveled on a United Airlines flight this past spring, you may have purchased a special snack box, the exterior design of which was designed by a teen in our gallery program. The support of the business community is vital as we strive to sustain and grow the impactful programs that After School Matters offers to these tens of thousands of Chicago teens. In providing critical after-school programs today, private and corporate supporters are investing in the development of tomorrow's communities and workplace. Programs like these are made possible through collaboration from citywide agencies and organizations, as well as contributions from corporate and private supporters. They keep teens coming back year after year, giving them the motivation and confidence they need to succeed. Teens, I know I see it every day, yearn to become thriving, contributing citizens. But they face a lot of challenges along the way. Certainly school plays a tremendous role in their development, but that simply cannot do it alone. There is a need for extended learning time and meaningful out-of-school programs like After School Matters that are viable, and they are a viable and an effective solution. So now that I've told you about After School Matters, I'd like to show you the impact we're making. Please join me in viewing a segment that was recently broadcast on NBC's Nightly News in their Making a Difference segment.
NBC News World Headquarters in New York. This is NBC Nightly News with Brian Williams.
We're going to close the broadcast tonight with a Making a Difference report. In the city of Chicago, as you may well know, the name Daley gets some attention. Sometimes it's Mayor Daley, sometimes it's Mrs. Daley, Maggie Daley, the First Lady of Chicago. 2 decades ago, it occurred to her that idle time after school can be a bad thing for kids who might be up to no good. As a result, the day now goes longer for many of them because of the need to turn out better kids. The story tonight from NBC's Raina Ellis.
When the deadly hit beating of a 16-year-old honor student in Chicago was caught on tape recently, it struck a raw nerve. It even got Washington's attention and led to a rare meeting between federal officials and area teens.
Well, what they all ask, we want mentors. We want mentors. They're struggling to learn values. They want help.
And officials say they need help to create more programs like this. Providing opportunities for success some teens never imagined.
I had no idea how to paint when I started, and now I know more. Now I can call myself a multimedia artist.
It's Chicago's nonprofit program, After School Matters. Up to 25,000 high schoolers around the city keep learning long after the final bell.
They have potential.
Chicago's First Lady, Maggie Daley, spearheaded the idea almost 20 years ago.
That time from after school till 7 o'clock is such vulnerable times for so many youngsters. So why not? Let's not make it vulnerable. Well, let's make it great.
Through apprenticeships, teens get training and out-of-school experience in one of 5 different areas. Art students have their work professionally displayed and sold, while students here in the sports program learn how to coach.
And like everything else about After School Matters, there are real-world incentives. At the end of the 10-week program, they get paid and get the chance for a job to teach younger kids sports.
The program, with training from professional instructors, has had a measurable impact on kids.
It's a way to get out my emotions in a positive way.
According to a 2007 study, teens in After School Matters stayed out of trouble more and were nearly 2.5 times more likely to graduate than students who did not participate. Crucial training where the learning continues beyond school. Raina Ellis, NBC News, Chicago.
That's our broadcast for this Monday night. Thank you for being with us.
So, as we celebrate our 20th anniversary in 2011, we will continue to work towards a goal of providing safe and meaningful out-of-school opportunities for my goal and all of our goals should be for every single Chicago teen. And we will continue to work to develop resources that will inspire and equip teachers across our nation to create similar programs in their cities. In addition, as part of our 20th anniversary effort, we are currently reaching out to After School Matters alumni from the past 2 decades. We love hearing where our teens are now and how they are using the soft skills like professionalism and teamwork, as well as the hard skills such as painting, singing, coaching, and website design to succeed in their personal and professional lives. For instance, this past year we caught up with an alumni very little dance experience, Aaron joined After School Matters' Joffrey Ballet program, where he found a love of dance and returned for 2 additional summers. During his senior year, Aaron learned about the University of Illinois dance program through an After School Matters instructor who had completed the program herself. Aaron was granted dance and academic scholarships and is currently a junior at the U of I. This spring, Aaron went to Taiwan to participate in a semester of intensive dance program, which was a real feather in his cap. Aaron has continued to stay in close contact with his After School Matters Joffrey instructors and supports the program as a mentor in choreography for the teens last summer and this summer as well. Aaron fully credits his current success with having been involved with our program and says he has no idea he would be now if it weren't for After School Matters. We also recently heard from Betty Huang, who was in the culinary program for 4 program cycles between 2003 and 2006, and then came back to join us as a teaching assistant while she was continuing her education. After cultivating basic culinary schools with us, Betty graduated from the Illinois Institute of Art, Chicago, and interned with Chef Corin Greveson, who was elected in this year, 2010, the best chef in the Great Lakes region by the James Beard Foundation. Currently, Betty is continuing to pursue a culinary career, cooking at Avec restaurant, named one of the best new restaurants of the decade by Zagat, or Zagat, whichever you prefer. And some of this year's graduates are off to great things as well. The Chicago Military Academy graduates, Sharil McMullen and Abigail Avila, both of whom participated in Sports 37 rowing program that we have at the Chicago Training Center. They received full scholarships to do 1 post-grad year at Exeter College Prep Academy in New Hampshire, where they will row on Exeter's team. Hope College Prep 2010 graduate Jean-Bray Crenshaw, who participated in the Chicago Opera program in 2009, received a full scholarship to Princeton, where she will be headed in the fall. And these are all truly stories of Chicago teens reaching their full potential through opportunities they likely never would have experienced without After School Matters. So I thank you today for your time and for the support many of you in this room I see you have given to Chicago teens over the past 2 decades. I encourage you to keep up with what our teens are doing, which will give you a glimpse of their potential, which is great, by visiting our website and joining us on Facebook and Twitter, where you can view photos, videos, and projects. I also invite you to visit the Gallery 37 store on Randolph Street, where you can purchase outstanding pieces of artwork. It's across from the Cultural Center, like the things that you've seen here today. And lastly, I encourage you to either continue or begin supporting Chicago teens through donations, grants that you may know about, special corporate investment projects that showcase your brand while truly changing the lives of teens and exposing them to once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. As you've heard today, and as you've seen through your interaction with our talented and dynamic teens who join us here this afternoon, After School Matters. It really does. So on your way, when you leave today, our teens will present you with a to-go sweet treat that was prepared by our teenagers in our culinary program at the South Shore Cultural Center. Enjoy, and thank you.
aging baby boomers, Mr. Merowitz. Mrs. Daley, this is from Fran Casey and Julie Evans, DePaul University. What opportunities in after-school matters are looking to connect with area universities?
It's a wonderful question, and it is something that we would very much like to do. We do it already. We work with Columbia College, and we work with U of I, and University of Chicago has been studying our work. But I would love to work with them, so I'm actually going to talk to you about it. For example, I do think a lot of the students there can help us be mentors. I'd love to see the connection. I feel that it could be a tremendous relationship. So maybe we can talk later and do that, but it is an important part of what we would like to do.
Seeing all the questions, we have one for Mr. Dory. How can someone directly help after school matters or VA? How do we pay money?
That's because truly, all of you have been in this position where we all care deeply about things that we need money to make them bigger and better and stronger. And I know I feel that way as many of you do about your projects. So we work tremendously with foundations, trying to get the foundations to support us. And but there's a lot of foundations out there that we don't even know about. There's been a huge growth of those kinds of things in the last couple of years, family foundations and so forth. So you may know some, and if you just help us with it, we'll do all the legwork. But we need to have introductions often. It certainly is a big help. And we have a gala in September that is a place where you can come and bring people to show them what our kids can do. That's why we wanted to have a little glimpse of that today. That is the way that it turns people's heads around when they look at what the possibilities are. And I think it's because our program is project-based. I mean, our kids understand that at the end of what they've been working at, they're going to have something that they can show that's made a difference. And I firmly believe in that. And so the gala's in September 18th, I believe, 15th. It's always, we have it on a weeknight, and it's a wonderful short evening, but they perform, they serve the appetizers, they're very involved, they have an art gallery where everything is shown. There's an opportunity to show and tell. And any way that you can help us, you may have, I think we're all about partnering, we're all about connecting. And so if you can help us connect, as I said, we will do all the work for you, and all the paperwork that you have at your table is all of our contact information. We'd be very grateful. And the teens of this city, when I say I really want this program to be available to all teens, in my heart, I want that more than anything. And it's a big stretch, but you know what? Working together, we can do it.